Welcome folks, this is Wear and Tear, yet another YouTube author in your channel. Today I want to show you a very interesting headlamp, the Nitecore NU35. It says it's a dual power hybrid working headlamp. So why is it called hybrid? Well, it has a built-in lithium polymer rechargeable battery. You can charge it through the USB-C port right here, but it can also run on 3 AAA batteries. So like many headlamps run on 3 AAA batteries, especially cheaper headlamps. Those cells are still very common, but this one has the option, so you work it through the rechargeable battery or through AAAs. Here I have some AAAs. Those are lithium AAAs, so they also have an output of 1.5 volts. But they are much lighter than alkaline batteries, and they also, I would say they double or triple the run times of most lights. They're also much more expensive though than alkalines. So as of right now, the light draws power from the batteries. So once the batteries are inserted, once they have contact, it only draws the energy from the batteries. Now we have a dual button interface here. We have this button, the left side, seen from here from the right side, but it's controlling the red light, the red LED. If you continually push it, you get a little red LED here. If you get 3 blinks, that means the battery is above 50%. If you get 2, they're under 50%. If you only get 1, I think you're under 10%. So in this case, you would have to replace the batteries or recharge the rechargeable battery that is inbuilt. On the right side, you have the main LED. So you have low, medium, high. Oh, I'm sorry. Now it's high. If you keep pushing, you get turbo, which is like almost 500 lumens. And if you keep pushing, you get those side LEDs, which are high CRI, so good color rendition. We'll look at it outside, but this is basically like the fog lights on a car. They give you very good peripheral vision, so you see a lot. You have a very wide field of view, not very intense. It's only for close-up. With the main LED, you'll see it goes a little bit farther, but not extremely far. In my opinion, headlamps that act as throwers don't make a whole lot of sense, because you get this tunnel effect when you ride your bicycle. So in my opinion, with a headlamp, you always need to have a very nice field of light, very even distribution of light, and it always has to be more floody. And I think this headlamp really does that very well. Now I did some runtime tests on it. I get about 2 hours on high from the built-in battery that is rechargeable, and I get about 1.5 hours of runtime from alkalines. Now we would get probably like 3 to 4 hours from these lithium batteries that are in there right now. But again, this is not a standard option. That's also nothing that Nitecore has listed in its sheet. Nitecore says basically you get 460 lumens you get only for 15 minutes, so whether you have batteries or the built-in lithium ion battery. 210 lumens, which is high, you get for 6 hours from 3 AAA alkalines, and like for 4 hours from the built-in battery. I don't really see that being the case. The run times are shorter, but still not bad. I mean, it always depends on the circumstances, the temperature, how exactly they measured, how this light regulates. In my opinion, during the runtime tests, I found out that it has a very constant regulation, constant output. So this light has some sophisticated drivers inside. Now for my outdoor tests, I will remove those expensive batteries. Now you can keep those batteries inside, you just need to make sure they have no contact. In this case, the energy will be drawn from the built-in battery. Now the quality, build quality is superb. And the band here has silicone on the inside, so it really holds well in your head. Massive plastic, very good. You have this cover here, so it doesn't activate by accident so easily, but you can still activate it. The light modes make sense. We'll see that outdoors. It's protected against water ingress, so it should survive rain. Of course, it's not as robust as those high-powered 18650 headlamps with an aluminum body, but it is fine. It is for what it is. It is not as light as it could be because of those batteries that are inside, but the dual option definitely makes sense because most of the time you will be able to find AAA cells. And most of the time you will also have access to a power bank or USB outlet. So no matter where you are or in which situation you are, you should always be able to get some light out of this lamp. That's why you have a hybrid system. Now I would prefer to have a hybrid lamp like this with a bigger built-in battery and only like a single AAA or a single AA that powers something like an emergency lighting mode, so where you have 20 or 30 lumens that you squeeze out of the battery, and then instead focusing heavily on the internal battery. But this headlamp is designed in a way you have, no matter whether you have those AAAs or no matter whether you power it from the internal battery, you always get the same or pretty much the same level of output and power. So let's go outside and let's see what it can do. Okay folks, just realized it is cold outside and we're on the lockdown, so I shouldn't even go outside. So I'll just show you the night shots in here. So first we start with low mode. Let me turn off the light. Low mode is really low. So this is the main LED. Now we're already in not so low mode. Pretty good light distribution, nice and even field of light. So this should be high. That's already plenty of light. I think about 200 lumens. Yeah, good color rendition. I really like how that looks. And now let's go to turbo. Only runs 15 minutes. So this, hold it down. Yeah, this is turbo mode. Yeah, about 400 lumens, 490 lumens I think, according to the specs. Good. Low mode again. Let's ramp up again. A long press and then turbo. So now let's go to the auxiliary LEDs. So a little bit of warmer light color, as you can see. A wider field of light, very even distribution. So very good for your peripheral vision. Good color rendition. And a super long runtime. I think this is only like 20 or 30 lumens. So you have that type of output for many, many hours. Let's try the red light. Red light comes in two modes. This is the low mode with only two LEDs, and then there's the full power mode with all four red LEDs. That is pretty bright for a red light. Definitely enough for tasks around the campsite, especially when you work your telescope, so you can preserve your night vision. So this is my conclusion about the Nitecore NU35 hybrid flashlight. It's a very nice quality, very practical. I like the dual battery setup. It's definitely something useful. The light output is great. It's really, really useful. It is more close-up or mid-range flashlight. Doesn't have a whole lot of throw, but it has very useful modes. I think it's enough for bicycling, and it is definitely enough for work and campsite duties. The additional red light is highly useful. Definitely, I've seen that doing it overnight a few months ago. It's definitely something that you need if you want to observe the beautiful Milky Way. If you try to find shooting stars, you don't want to run around with those super bright LED lights. You want red light. So this is why those cheaper USB rechargeable headlamps, there is actually a great market for these as compared to the very high powered 18650, 21700, 2000 lumens headlamps. Now they're of course great as well, but then you compete with standard flashlights that offer you even more, and then you also carry a lot of weight around on your head. So these cheaper plastic flashlights, they offer great output. I mean, I've measured this one, it doesn't get warmer than 30 degrees. So nothing overheats, everything is very light and safe and robust. Of course, you can't go swimming with this one. And of course, you won't get the extra long run times on high output, like with 18650 lights. But they're extremely practical, and you can easily make it through the night if you conserve your output a little bit. And very often, honestly said, because those flashlights and headlamps that we have, they're so powerful, you run around with a way too high setting. I mean, 100, 200 lumens are plenty of light for most applications during the night. More realistically, 20 to 50 lumens will be enough. Let's go here to the side LEDs. So this is something to consider when you look for a LED flashlight. Don't go necessarily for the high output numbers, and it doesn't have to be a tank if you carry it on the head, because if you really venture out into the darkness, you need to bring a second lamp anyway. So you bring a headlamp and you bring a flashlight, and the flashlight then is the one that can also maybe double as a searchlight or something like that. But don't bother with carrying a huge bulky machine on your head. That is really pointless in reality. I hope you enjoyed this review. This was Wear and Tear, over and out.